Hey everyone, Uncle Shahram is here with one of my quick guide videos. This one is about how to drift tune your car in Forza Horizon 5 for beginners like me. Because I spend my free time mostly doing rallies and have not spent much time learning how to drift properly. Let's get to it. Generally speaking, we need to build a car with around 500 to 700 horsepower and not more, as it will be much harder to control the car and high-powered cars are not beginner friendly. For this video, I'm gonna use this Nissan 350Z because it is my favorite car to drift. And what we need to do is to go to custom upgrades. We will use the default engine, and to give it a push, we will use the single turbo. And the differential, we will not be using all-wheel drive, we will use rear-wheel drive. All-wheel drives are easier to drift, but they are not fun to drift with, so I'm gonna use a rear-wheel drive. And what we need to do here is to upgrade every single part of the engine so we get to our goal for 500 to 700 horsepower. Once we are done with the engines, we will go to platform and handling section. For the brakes, you use the race brakes. For the spring and dampers, we will use drift springs and dampers. And anti-roll bars, we will use race for both front and end. And in the chassis and reinforcement section, we don't need to add anything because of course, it is a game. We are not going to hit or damage ourselves somewhere, but you can add anything if you wish. And weight reduction, of course, we will use the maximum weight reduction for the car. And drivetrain, for the clutch, we use race clutch. For transmission, I will use the race transmission. We don't need 9-speed, 8-speed kind of transmission. The usual race transmission will do the job. Then we go to differential and we use the drift differential. And tires, we can use the drift tires here. And tire width, we will use 235 millimeters for the front. We are not going to use the maximum width for the tires because we want our car to be able to slide easily. And for the rear, also same. And track width, we will do the maximum track width for both front and the rear. And as for the aero and appearance, we can give our car a little bit of look on the front and on the back. We actually don't need rear wing or stuff like that because we are going to drift. We don't need any downforce. Basically, we are not using anything for the wing. We don't use any wing. That's it. That's all about the car setup. Now we will go to the funner stuff to tune the car. Now that we are done with custom upgrades, we go to custom tuning. And on the first tab, we have the tires here. We need to decrease our tire pressure, but we need to have a higher tire pressure for our rear tires. So I leave it at 2.4, something like that. And our front side, I will put it at 1.9. As for the gearing, it is kind of personal, but I prefer to have my second and third gear to reach for 150 to 200 kilometers per hour. So I will make my third gear a little bit longer and second gear as well. Fourth gear here, 5 here. And that's it. Now we go to alignment. For alignment, we want the maximum negative camber for the front, and for the rear, we want it to be -1.5 or 1. something between these two will work out for you. As the toe in and toe out, we only want our front tires to have a little bit of toe out, like half degree of toe out, and for the caster we put it at the maximum. Anti-roll bars, we need them to be softer than what they are, and on the rear side I personally get a lot of understeer, so I make my rear anti-roll bars a little bit stiffer than the front side. I know that a lot of other people do it the opposite side, but it's up to you. As for me, due to understeers, I make my rear side a little bit stiffer than the front side, but generally both of them should be softer than what the default setting is. On the springs, we also need softer suspension, and our ride height should be also at the minimum. Damping, we need also softer, and bump stiffness also softer. We need softer suspension so our car will not jump. When a car goes into jump and bumps, we need our car to be on the ground. We don't want to jump from the ground and lose our traction. On the aero section, we don't need to do anything. On the brake side, we bring the pressure more to the front side and reduce the rear pressure. And on the differential, we want our acceleration and deceleration be at the highest. We save our setup and we are ready to go. At the end, you also need a good steering wheel settings to drift. You can check out my drifting wheel settings video for your reference by clicking on the pop-up banner on the top right corner. Happy drifting everyone, see ya!